Oops. Heather, did I just make you co-host? Or did I just make Lori co-host?
I think Lori.
Huh?
It wasn't me.
Oh, okay.
Nope. Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. Because like everyone was coming in and like the screens moved around. I'm just gonna make you co-host so you can like admit people in and such.
Okay.
I'm pulling up stuff. Hi, Morag. Hi, Lori.
Hello.
Morag, I am so impressed with your fearlessness. Asking for those testimonies in the mastermind.
Yeah, thank you for pushing. I've said it like 3 times already, but yeah, it was just like, what would I do for a $20 Amazon gift card?
No,
it was just it's good for me because it's not something I would normally do, right? But
I love it.
that's why I love your challenges. I know you don't do them as often as you used to, but put the gauntlet down and then tell me I should do something and I'll go, no, I shouldn't.
I love that it's a good motivator for you, it sounds like.
Yep.
Let me see what else here.
And actually the one that did the really good reel, she says, I graduated in advertising. I love this stuff. Thank you for letting me do it. And it's just like, yes.
See, you're like depriving them of joy by not asking.
Oh,
I
there
would encourage you to take it up a notch. Okay, so yeah, everyone's in the mastermind. So you guys know Jody, Leah, Lori, anyone who might be watching the replay, what's up? It is April. We are in the Better Marketing with Bella call. A lot of you, like 60% of the mastermind members are also Better Marketing with Bella members. If you're also watching the replay, we are re-signing everyone right now for the rest of the year because we got to get batching and getting all your content together. So if you have not responded to Heather, she is going to keep hounding you until we get a yes or a no, but hopefully we will get a yes. Just do me a favor and reply to her, please. Thanks. But yes, you did. But actually everyone on this call is set to the end of 2024. So you don't have to be sitting in Canva like Leia used to be doing. But guys, what we did in the mastermind, we do challenges sometimes. And one of the challenges since last month was all about video. We asked our members to go and ask their clients to go bring them a video testimony. And it was very much outside the comfort of a lot of people. Hey, little one. But we did it. And a lot of people got responses, or they're waiting for responses, but they did it. And guys, it is so wildly impactful when you can. So Pause Oasis had one. I think Stephanie had one. Jody, did you get one? Or I don't remember. No. Okay. And then Morag got one, and I think Becky did, but it's just really cool to see them rolling in. But what's even cooler to see is exactly what Morag was just saying, which is stepping outside your comfort zone. Because when you agree to be consensually uncomfortable, which was what my goal was in 2022, you learn a lot about yourself and you grow a lot. So I encourage everybody to think about what's one thing that they can do in their life that makes them a little uncomfortable, but they will agree to be uncomfortable because you will learn beautiful lessons from it. All right. That's my like little spiel there. Anyways, getting into Better Marketing with Bella. So the calendar link, can you post, are you in a position to post that, Heather, for everyone? Guys, if you have not subscribed to this calendar yet, please consider doing it. It is really great. So if you are not batching your content, it'll tell you what days you should post what. If you actually, Heather, we should add on resign, message Heather to resign on there too. But it's a really great calendar that she put together. You can subscribe or not subscribe. We also have one for the mastermind for all 3 of our things that are going on, like the HR calls, the hot seat, the guest speaker, and also the roundups, so that you're not having to try to figure out dates or just keep track of them in email. What's up, Michelle? What's up, Nicole? Thanks for joining. All right, so we're gonna get going here. Let's see, questions. Okay, the first question. Oh, so we're gonna do questions and then client shout outs, Instagram updates, and then a sneak peek. That's the role we're going on. Heather, if you can post the calendar thing in the chat and also the link for questions if people have them, maybe you come up with one, you could type them in, that would be really great. So Stephanie says, can you show us the process of figuring out what content is performing well and how you make decisions based off those statistics? I look at meta business stats, but the results just feel so random. This might sound really silly coming from me, but I hate business meta suite. And there's, for one, because they keep changing it like all the time. And it's just impossible to figure out where to go into that. I will definitely say they've definitely made a case for why you need like someone to do Facebook ads, and you can't do them yourself because they're so darn confusing and complex. But I like to try to simplify everything. So Stephanie, the way I decide like what's happening and what's not happening, or, you know, I have 2 people on my social team that we meet every 2 weeks. And my question to them, my KPIs or whatever, is what's working and what's not working, what's something we should do more of and what's something we should do less of on Instagram, on Facebook, in our Facebook groups, in my mastermind. Like I do that for all of them. So for you, I would say, look at your Instagram and look at what's getting more interaction. Look at what is getting like the reels that have really been successful. I really encourage you to repost them. I think people forget that they can reuse the content that they have. And especially if it's going well, then, you know, you should definitely repost stuff. So sorry, I just had a message pop up on me. I tell them not to, because it's like squirrel. But that's what I would do. But also I would really encourage you to do outreach in that too. So spend 5 minutes a day just liking, commenting on people's stuff. And then the next level of that is after you like and comment, so they kind of get used to you, then you can slide in their DMs and be like, oh my God, that was such a cute picture. Like, how old is your dog? Or, you know, and just very gradually build that relationship so that when you get to the point of asking, or like, hey, you know, summer's coming up, like, are you going away this summer? Or, you know, are you going away this summer? Like, and what are you doing with your dog? It's not so weird. And I think you'll see even more engagement happening on your feeds when you're doing that, because it's also a cool way to, you know, they're local. And so now we're going to create some content that might be local, you know, like, hey, like today, Stephanie, you have an event coming up, right? And well, it's only for that building, but you can say, hey, do you know about this 5K walk that's going on? We have a cheering section. I'd love for you to consider coming out and meeting us. And then you take that post and you share it to them in their DMs. And so you're making your stuff work, because it's not build it and they will come on social. No, things have a lot longer life. Going into your next question, you said Facebook always has less reach and engagement than Instagram. Absolutely. Facebook is basically pay to play. And that's also why I say with your Instagram or Facebook, it's always a secondary source. And it was totally proven by one of my clients who was doing Google ads, and the Google ads came through and they would go to the website. But then when we made it really clear on the website, like, see what's happening now, and then they went to her social, her leads skyrocketed, because her social was like a 360-degree view of what's going on. And it's not just, here's a pet, here's a pet, here's a pet, or it wasn't just hire us, hire us, hire us. It was like the whole ecosystem. Like you could get to know, like, and trust and feel and understand what that company was about and what they stood for. So it's, while you're looking at the stats, I would also encourage you to like leverage them and understand that it's a whole ecosystem. On Facebook, the last time I saw those stats, it was that they're only going to show 2 to 5% of your total followers to your page. So let's say you have 100 followers, only 2 to 5 people are going to see your post. And the probability of them engaging with it, unless it stops their scroll, it's like, I don't want that to be your focus. I want it to be like, that's your supporting evidence. You're showing that you're a professional company with professional branding. You have the funds to dump this in. into it. You're relevant to the time. Hey, this month is whatever, or this day is whatever. And hi, we got 2 of them with us now. Lucas, right? Yeah. I remember correctly?
Luca. Yeah, Luca.
Luca, what's up, buddy? And yeah. Oh my gosh. Speaking of which, I don't know if you guys saw my Instagram story yesterday, but I posted something and Randa replied and said that Miles, her 13-year-old, is taking over her social media, and he's going to be watching these calls like on record because he's in school. She homeschools him too. I mean, God, she's fucking amazing. Sorry. Like, I mean, with like homeschooling and running 4 businesses is amazing. And then Leia chimed in and she's like, yeah, my son wants to redo some of my videos for me and get involved too. So I think it's really cool that, like, you know, the next generation's also getting involved, and it's not to dumb it down or anything, but you know, kids, especially like teenagers and tweens, like they're capable, like they're on it. And I just thought that was really cool of her. It's a whole different type of delegation I never considered. But as business owners, this is a side note, and I don't know what it's like in Canada, but talk to your CPA, because if you do have kids, it is you can pay your kids to be in your business, like $6,000 to $12,000, and it's a business write-off. You throw it into an investment account for them. So little tidbit, if you want to talk about that, DM me.
Can I add in something about the insights? If anyone's
Yes,
using
please do.
marketing, if they do use marketing for their website, marketing is now doing pet biz reports. I don't know if you've seen them, Bella, but they're pretty intense and enlightening. I was surprised at blog posts that I wrote 2 years ago are still getting hits that are more than ones that I wrote 2 weeks ago. And so yeah, that's another, it's nice to kind of see everything in one place instead of jumping around and looking everywhere.
Right. When it comes to blog posts, and like that's Google Analytics, and so you can also see it there, but it is nice for the pet biz reports to kind of spoon feed you that stuff. But you can absolutely just pull it up on that. My most popular blog when I had my company was, is tuna safe for my dog? And the reason is because it is so, nobody else wrote that.
Right.
So when somebody types that into the search, it was, but does it really matter? No, it wasn't bringing me any clients. It wasn't, you know, is tuna safe for my dog in Scottsdale? Like, I mean, you know, it doesn't matter, but that's a good point. That's a really good, I'm glad you chimed in on that. Yeah, definitely. All right. Client shout outs. Let's see. I don't have any. Uploading. Okay. So something I've noticed, and I'm going to share my screen here. If you can put that in the chat, Heather, I'm going to go to yeah, you know where I'm going. Of course, you know where I'm going because you're awesome. All right, share screen. So one thing I've noticed, you guys, is when we're uploading videos, I want to make sure that you upload them. Can you see my whole screen or just the, I don't know what you can see and what you can't. Anyways, I want to make sure that you're uploading them in the highest quality possible. And there's a way to do this. So, and she's going to post this for you so you can give it to your social media manager, or you could do it yourself. So you want to click on the hamburger, that's what it's called, and go to settings, and then go to account, and then data usage, and then upload highest quality. Because sometimes I've noticed when we're doing engagement, sometimes things are a little blurry, and we give them to you in a really high quality, but I want to make sure that you do that. So just take that link and do it. And then Heather, if you can share that link when we send out the recording, that would be great for everyone who's not on the call, who can't see that part of it. Okay. Instagram updates, they're testing adding locations to reels, which is going to be really great for you guys because we are such a geographically heavy content, right? So you can start maybe adding location, which is great. I would tag dog parks. You know, people are sitting there scrolling on their phone on Instagram, and you could come up, like that would be amazing. Or a veterinarian office, a really popular veterinarian office. That's how I would use it. And I would even, when you're posting pictures or graphics, I would be always tag someplace. I haven't said this for a while, but always tag a location. And you don't have to do like, say, Phoenix, Arizona. You can do XYZ dog park. And that would be really advantageous. Testing new notifications of followers from Reels. You can see who follows the Reels versus who doesn't, not just the people that like them. And then screen share has been updated. So when you share a post from IG, you have more options. That one won't really apply to you guys. All right. So we're going to go into the sneak peek and take a look at May that's coming up. I want, where am I going to go here? All right. Share screen again. I feel like a producer here. All right. Let your dogs smell the flowers. Nice and simple, clean. I don't know what part of my screen am I sharing. Somebody help me.
You're sharing your whole screen so we can see everything.
Okay, thank you. Oops. Okay. Graphics. I love her colors, and I think it's because they used to be my colors, like the purple and blue. So I feel partial to it. So this or that, this is hopefully going to solicit some engagement. What's your dog's favorite treat? Again, like pick A, B, C, D. Mom, Amazon's here. We have to greet him. No, Fido. He'll leave the package at the door. But mom, we got to say hi. He's here again, second time today. How is it more treats and toys for me? No, go lie down. Like, I mean, we all like it. Everybody can relate to this, you know? And so you can get, we of course have the captions for you, but you can get really fun with the captions. This is actually something fun that you might want to take it and share it from your page into any local groups that you have. And you could be like, can anyone relate? Or is this your dog? Or does your dog is my dog the only one who does this? Because misery loves company. So is my dog the only one who does that? That's what I would kind of say. I don't always spaz out when you come home, but when I do, I prefer to pee a little. Who has that problem? You could tag trainers on this, or you could get a trainer to give you a quote on why this happens or what this actually is. You can make your own carousel out of it. You could post this and you could do a couple more carousels of why does this happen according to XYZ trainer, and do a collaboration, have them do it. Cats have 32 muscles in each ear, and they always use every single one to ignore you. Handle every situation like a dog. If you can't eat it or play with it, just pee on it and walk away. I love the censored thing because I think that also piques curiosity in a newsfeed. And people are like, wait, what? Like, what are you censoring? Happy Mother's Day, Avi. International Doodle Dog Day. What you could also do here too, you guys, is think about it. If you do have any doodles that you sit for, make this a carousel again. So you can do, this is the first one. And then you could have like 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 9 pictures of like, check out all the doodles, or check out our favorite doodles, or check out the doodles from this week, or check out the doodles from this month. So you know, maybe you won't exclude others, but it's another way. And did you know that when we're talking engagement, into Stephanie's question, when you have a carousel and people swipe, that is counted as engagement. So that helps add to things, as well as when it says see more, which is why those first few sentences or words that we say are always so important. When they click see more, that also counts as engagement. Happy Cinco de Mayo. This you could share onto local Mexican restaurants, you know, places that are already celebrating. And you can say, you know, just share it to their page from your page and be like, hey, or you could again share it and say like fun outdoor patios where you can bring your dog for Cinco de Mayo. And again, you could add a carousel to this if you wanted to make it more local based. Maybe there's just one other place, you know, like swipe left to find out what patio allows your dog for Cinco de Mayo, and post it a couple days earlier than what we're suggesting to post it. Cause I think we tell you to post it on May 5th here. All right. So it's just like ways that you could take this stuff and make it not only local, but in a collaborative method where you're tagging these other places. Okay. We're hiring. That's self-explanatory. And that's it for that one. Let me go back. videos. Did you guys see how Drive updated, like rounded? I'm like, oh my gosh. All right. I don't think you guys can hear. Select microphone. You guys can't hear the stuff until I do stuff, right? Now you can. Go. Can you guys hear it now? No? Okay.
No.
Background music, so I guess it's not that big of a deal. I switched my microphone because sometimes you can. Sometimes inappropriate anatomy sniffer, face moisturizer, bottom cleaner, unconditional adorable chamber, scratch activated foot wag throttle, plastic bag fulfillment line. Oh, that was kind of cute. And then this one. Poop bag in every crevice of their car and coming out of their pocket. The beat that poop is dancing to is the same beat that you will hear when you download it. For some reason on Zoom, you can't hear it, but it's pretty funny. I think it's funny. People are going to stop and they're going to be like, what? And then we got this one. Oops. Why is my internet slow? Oh, because I'm on Zoom. All right, well, this one says 3 reasons to get a professional pet sitter. You need a trusted professional. Your pet will feel more relaxed at home than going somewhere else. Your pets are less likely to pick up germs in your home than at the boarding facility. So that's what you got coming. And that is definitely the ways. If you guys do use any of the ways I was just telling you about, tag me too, because I would love to see how you make it local and really like capitalize on the stuff. All right. Any questions? All right.
I have a question.
Okay.
If we have a minute.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on, not your thoughts, but what should be on our radar in terms of AI and social media? Because
I was
I feel
wondering
like you
when
could,
someone was gonna bring this up.
you could probably do, like I already started with like stuff that I write. I just go into Chat GPT and I'm like, hey, write this catchier, and it's like 20 times better than what I wrote.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. I was wondering
And I
when
know that's like a whole talk on its
no, I know.
own,
I'm glad we
but
have
like the
time.
cliff notes.
So if you guys are interested
Okay.
in learning about Chat GPT, like stay here. And I'm gonna just like talk like we're friends here. I am so glad you brought it up, and I was wondering when people were gonna start bringing it up. So I was one of the first 1 million users in 5 days to sign up for it in December. Destination hire, all 13,000 words were written by Chat GPT. I wrote a book and it was only 10,000 words. Okay. So it's massive. The good thing is that it takes the creativity away from you, but it's only as good as you learn how to prompt it. And so if you're interested in it, I would greatly encourage you to get on the Chat GPT algorithms on TikTok. It's a great place to learn. But as it pertains to your business, some of the things that you have to be aware of is that it's exploding everywhere now, right? And the antithesis is ChatGPT. ChatGPT is an artificial intelligence AI. When it first came out, it was version 3.5. It's now version 4. There are so many things, and it is going to explode in the way that the world is going to work. We're like in an industrial revolution. It's like the same thing like when Katie Couric was sitting on the couch at the Today Show saying, what's this at symbol, or this like what does this mean? This is email, so you can send it. Like, that's where we are. And the other thing is that we've got to figure out you can't the best way to describe it, and I hope I'm doing it justice, is that if you were to just have ChatGPT write you a blog and you put it on your blog, Google and the likes of Google are able to detect if it is artificial intelligence or uniquely written. So it's not as simple as just slapping it up on your website because it won't help with SEO. You still have to finesse it and you still have to add your own stuff to it. It is definitely great for what I would recommend you definitely use it for is client cancellation. Client wants to cancel. How do I politely tell them no and remind them of our policy? Things that you can do is you can take works of your own. Maybe you have your own blogs or your own writing, and you could say, take this. I think it's up to 4,000 words you can input into it now. And say, analyze the writing style of this, and now write me something using that style. You can say, pretend you're Oprah Winfrey and da 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 da. Like, it is insane, but you have to know how to massage it. You have to know how to get what you want out of it. So I would use it like anytime you have those canned templates, I would do it that way. It's always in a learning stage too. Like, I haven't actually paid for it. It's $20 a month for the paid, and you won't ever get like locked out of it. But it works a lot on feedback. So I would definitely use it for those emails that you're not sure, or things that you need to say, or maybe you want to post a reel and you're not sure what the caption should be. Maybe, I mean, you can use it from things and tell it you've got these 7 ingredients in your refrigerator. Make me a recipe to make tonight. I mean, it's insane. It's called Chat GPT. So if you just go to Google, Morag, and you go Chat GPT, it'll take you to a website that says like OpenAI. This will fix that for you. It doesn't email me, so we can troubleshoot with you. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at this. Yeah. Okay. What's the name? Okay. Yeah. Sorry. I was just catching up on the chat. So I believe that we're moving into a time where it's not going to be about the content. It's going to be about the thought behind it. Your thoughts and your arguments and your position is going to be more important than generic content, because we're in this content explosion, right? So only you can uniquely talk about dog park in Chicago or Toronto, right? And if you wanted to do a list of 5 dog parks, which like, and you wanted it to spit it out for you, that would be helpful in that way. But you can't just
sorry, Bella,
blog.
real quick on what
Yeah.
you were saying, for those who are thinking about like blog posts, what I did for it, for example, I did one on like, I wrote, for example, like what are 3 topics that dog owners are searching, are like common searches in springtime, and they gave me ideas of like what is relevant now.
Mhm.
And then, for example, let's say I ask for like an outline, and then maybe one of them is like hiking, and I might ask it, make me a list of like the three hiking areas closest to the city of Chicago, and then it gives me that list.
Mhm.
So like sort of like that.
Yep. And then
And then you can
give
sort of
stuff
fill in
and
some
you
of the
can say-
content, but it does some of that for you, and then obviously double check that it's true.
Exactly. It's pretty powerful. And so I'm happy, like I said, that you brought it up, because I was trying to contemplate like when and where and how to do my own like massive training, honestly, as a lead magnet, and to jump, for like the whole industry, because I've been knee deep in it. Like Heather, the whole team will tell you like daily, I'm like, look at this, look at that, we're leveraging this. And like the whole team knows too, my internal team, like if you're not leveraging AI and it's not just chat, there's not going to be a long-term place for you on my team. Because I don't want you sitting there trying to figure stuff out for an hour. I want ChatGPT to do it, but you have to be cognizant. You have to critically think about leveraging it. It doesn't do it. You still have to be involved in the process. And if you take it and you just post the blogs to your website, it's not going to work for you. It's not going to do much for you, because the search engines are going to say this is artificial intelligence generated content, not real content. And then you can take it and you can copy paste it into another site. Like you could just Google AI detector, and you can put it in there, and it'll tell you what percentage of it is generated by AI. I had someone on my team wrote me a really long response in in ClickUp, and we were kind of going back and forth, and I was pushing her to do something. And she responded to me in such a way. I go, did ChatGPT write that for you? Because it was so like formal and like, she's like, no, actually I did write that, but it's funny because you can take people's stuff now and put it into AI content detector. So it's going to become a tool that we can all use, just like Grammarly, right? But it's like 100 times better. But you have to know how to finesse it. You have to know how to say, no, that's not what I want. Try it again. Or, okay, try it again using third grade. I do this, like one of my prompts I use a lot is write me a caption that's 100 words or less. Do not use hashtags or emojis, written at a third grade level, that will appeal to pet parents. You know, you can say that. You can even say in the voice of Victoria Stidwell or whatever her name is, right? Or you could say, write me a paragraph about how not to get your dog to pee when someone walks in the door, according to Victoria Stidwell, and it will use all of her stuff. You can take a whole article and you can copy and paste it in there and say, summarize this article for me. You can take the transcripts off of a YouTube video. They all have transcripts. You go to the settings, transcribe, grab it, stick it into ChatGPT and do, you know, give me the 5 cliff note bullet points of the most important topics of this. You don't have to watch the whole thing. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. And so keep your questions coming and keep how you're using it coming, because it is inevitable. I will be doing it. I'm usually the first in the industry to do everything. And I'm not saying that cocky. It's just because everyone's so like behind. Like when COVID happened, we had a 2-week group and like 10 experts all there helping, supporting you. And then the national organizations got their act together 6 weeks later to help do like one webinar. So it's natural. And I've been really quiet about it. And I've been wondering like when that's going to happen. And when Tracy and I were on, I think Tracy had asked me, and I said that in the mastermind, I said, ChatGPT. And she's like, oh, it's so great. I was like, cat's out of the bag now. So keep the questions coming, play around with it. If you have a difficult email, there's so many, there's like hundreds of sites, but that's like the Mac Daddy right now. There's polite note or polite letter or polite something. Let me look it up. Polite, Polite.
My husband uses one that came out, I think in November, called Midjourney for image generation. And he's an architect, design artist, and he has like a whole body of work now that is all just AI imagery.
Yes.
And prompting. Like that's all he does now is prompting.
Yes. Nicole said that the magic write feature in Canva, absolutely. There's like steps where you can have ChatGPT create, 20 what am I trying to say? 20 quotes for you in a table. And then you download that table and you can upload it to Canva. And if you have your template, it will insert it onto the template 10 right down, and you can do it in 10 minutes. It's insane. Canva also does have one where you can type in what you want, but it's not good yet. The cat like is missing an eye, or the person has three noses. Like it's kind of weird. But like, for example, this is just the whole chat AI thing. And I'm going to just say this because sometimes I'm TMI, but I have an ex-husband and he's an ex for a reason. And so sometimes it's difficult for me to word something because I might be passionate. And so I can take what I say and I put it in there, politepost.net, and it rewords it in the most professional, beautiful way. And it's not always perfect or whatever, but this is another thing. And so the language is Chat GPT, right? And it's 3.5. It just came out with 4.0 like 2 weeks ago. And it's going to keep getting better and better. And it's not a run from the bots or anything, but it will, for the people that aren't being, how do I say this nicely? It's not a one-stop shop fix. It's a tool, right? it's not going to just completely take it over, but it's a tool. And once you start going down that rabbit hole or showing your logarithms that you're interested in it, you'll see a lot of stuff where it's just like, wow, I mean, I don't know, maybe we'll end up changing one of the months in the mastermind to ChatGPT, like, or to artificial
I
intelligence.
was thinking that.
Yeah, because it's a great way to leverage stuff in your business. It's still going to take time. It's still going to take your own finesse. It's still going to take your critical thinking of putting in what you want and getting out what you want. It's going to take you learning how to finesse it, but it's definitely, this is great. It's really great. It passed the bar at a 90% to be a lawyer. Like, that's how good it is. You want to do a service contract, or you want to add a clause to your service contract, you can say, pretend you're a business attorney, a small business attorney, and we need to add another key policy in a way that will, and see, this is the critical thinking part. You got to think about, what do I need it to do for me? You have to be really distinct on your instructions, and then it will write it for you in a professional way. Hey, I need to add this section to my employee handbook. I want to make sure that, but it needs to be in a professional tone. I want it only 100 words. I need it written at a 3rd grade level. And I want, I don't know, whatever else it might be. And so you're like, shoot, how do I write this? What do I say? Well, you put in what you want to say into it, and you tell them what you want to get back from it. It's like, you don't even have to consult with a lawyer for those little things. It can build out contracts for you too. Give me a service contract and make sure all of this is included. It's like you're talking real time to it. And it also remembers what else you said. So it's like, great, can you go back to that contract and can you write me a new contract, but add in this, this, and this, and take out this and this. Play around with it. Like, it's amazing, but you have to learn how to leverage it and utilize it. So yeah, that's the tip of the iceberg. Morag, I love that you're like smiling. It makes me feel like you're receiving. And Stephanie smiling. Yeah, you're all smiling. Okay, good. What other questions, or where else do you want to take this, Stephanie? Or anybody else? Heather, how into ChatGPT have I been like the past 4 months?
Oh, 100%. Where and like,
yeah,
seriously, y'all, when she says like, you really have to finesse it, like, the difference in what you can get when you know what to say versus just saying like, hey, give me text for a landing page for a pet sitting business. Like, yeah, you're going to get something that's going to look decent versus, but when you know how to say it and like word it a little different, it is really night and day. So do your research, like Bella's saying. I do think it would be a good idea to maybe change it for a month and mastermind and really kind of dig in.
Yeah, I think that like even with Andrea, she writes a lot of my content for social, and we started on this back in December, and we use it in all areas of our business. But there was a long time, even with Andrea, she'd be like, oh yeah, ChatGPT did it. I was like, it's not good enough. You need to like figure out how to work it right. I'm pushing this back to you. These words are not good enough. And I would tell her, and she would start learning how to finesse it. ChatGPT writes a lot of my podcast show notes now. We had to learn how to say, pretend you're saying this in real time. We're on a podcast to pet business owners. It needs to sound like I'm speaking it, not reading it, right? So it'd be like, hey, instead of, not having hey in there. Does that make, like, it's the vernacular of it. So definitely play around with it and keep the conversation going, because when you're doing your own social media and you're also like, okay, great, Bella, I've got, I made that stuff, but now I don't know what I should put for a caption. You could play around with it, and it will give you hashtags and emojis. You can ask it, what is, okay. Why not? Hold on, ready? Chat GPT. Who wants, the first person who writes me in the chat will do it. Who wants to be the guinea pig for hashtag research? While I pull this up.
Wait, is someone supposed to say, yeah, me?
Yeah, I don't know who wants to do
What's
it.
the guinea pig?
Yeah, I don't see anything in there. All right, Stephanie, it's you.
What am I
So,
doing?
all right, let's do, give me the top 10. What's your borough?
Where I live, borough?
Yeah, like what would be like the borough
Oh,
or the area?
Lakeview East or Lakeview.
Oh, and they can also read when I mistype
What
stuff
did you
too.
write?
Ah. See? So it's telling me I can't do that, but I can do this. And so it's saying I can provide you with some popular and relevant hashtags for pets in Lakeview, Chicago that have performed well on Instagram in the past. Here are the 10 potential hashtags you can use. Lakeview pets, Chicago dogs, Chicago pets, Lakeview cats, Chicago cats, pet friendly Chicago, Lakeview paws, Chicago pet lovers, Lakeview furry friends. There's your hashtag research. And now you can use these and you can see how that performs. Save them as a hashtag cluster. And then you could see how that performs versus some others. There you go.
Awesome.
Laura,
I screenshot as well.
okay. I'm going to share it. So that's like, and so you'll start learning like how to look. Oh, that was, let's see what else I got in here. Okay, epoxy cutting board ideas. So my friend has this company that I'm helping him build, and he does these epoxy boards. And so I put it in here. I was like, pretend you're a woodworker who makes cutting boards using epoxy. Create 3 real ideas that will get people to buy the product. And here's 3 real ideas. Like, it's amazing. It's pretty fun. It'll get your creative juices flowing, and it's good for business owners, especially when we don't have a lot of creativity left in our brains, because all of our energy is going someplace else. In order to be creative, you need to like have everything quiet, which is a whole nother topic. But with neuroplasticity, I listened to this podcast recently that was really cool, and it was talking about arts and like everything from dancing and being out in nature and all this stuff that just changes your brain waves and helps you be creative. It was really cool. If you guys want to know, DM me and I'll send it to you. But I feel like we're just all talking as friends now, which is great, because we are. All right, any other questions, you guys? No? All right. Well, good luck putting your brains back on after we just blew them. Those were Michelle's words, not mine. And have a great day. Heather, have fun sending this recording out. Send them a little warning about at what point what number Stephanie asks a question that literally blows people's minds. And hear Bella talk about something for the very first time, not talk about anywhere else, please. Thank you. And you can have ChatGPT write it if you want. All right, bye guys.